Hello, it's Matthew Dowling again from Platinum Park Home Services. Quick video for you on a couple of aspects of the Green Homes Grant, and those two aspects are: one is deposit giving or your contribution under the Green Homes Grant. The second thing is insulating underfloor and insulating lofts and the hazards there. So the first thing is you've been given quotes before over the previous weeks. You're being given quotes now for the Green Homes Grant, so you can make your application for the Green Homes voucher. That's fine, great. It's entirely up to you, but you must question whether, if you're being asked for funds at this stage, if you're being asked for funds before you've even received your voucher, and if you're asked for funds before the Green Homes Grant actually launched on Monday the 30th of September, there's a red flag. There's a red flag if you're being asked for money before you've received your voucher, and there's a red flag if the company asking for the money isn't yet fully accredited, which there's a hurdle for all park home companies to jump over before they can install on your park home, and it's a protective mechanism for yourself. I've described it in a previous video. There's downloadable documents on our website, so I'd ask you to be very careful about handing over any money at this stage before you've received your voucher. It's the evening now of Monday the 30th of September, and calls are coming in around these subjects, and we're saying you don't pay any deposit. If there's not a legal implication, there's certainly an ethical and moral implication here, with companies asking for you to cash flow their business. So your contribution, if you are claiming 2/3 of the cost of the works, you will need to pay a third. Your third that you're going to pay must be paid for the government pays their 2/3. That is a condition of the grant. Okay, you can't hold your third and the government pay and you hang on to it. You've got to pay yours at some point. Now, most contractors, installers, will potentially ask for your contribution up front. So you need to make sure that you've got your voucher, you've chosen the contractor that you wish to do the works, and also that contractor has the proper accreditation. I've described this in another video: PAS 2030 2019 B13. Okay, so if you've been asked for a deposit at this point in time, you've got to ask yourself why that company is doing it as of the 30th of September. Going forward, companies will be if you've chosen them as their installer and they fit all the criteria, absolutely within the rights to ask for your contribution either at the beginning of the project or certainly during the project, prior to the government releasing the 2/3. Okay, so first thing. The second thing is companies are offering to blow in insulation into your underside of your park home. Get a pipe, stick it in, blow. Happy as Larry, shotgun effect, just blow all this insulation under your park home, stick to the underside of your park home, covers everything, covers your pipe work, covers all the utility pipes. That is not going to wash on the Green Homes Grant scheme. They will not get paid for that. It is not a process that is accepted on the Green Homes Grant. So, and the fact that they would even want to do that would raise a red flag. So what should companies be doing? Companies should be installing, and this first bit you may say is an opinion, but they should be using proper insulated boards like Celotex, and they should be installing that, cutting it, fitting it, keeping the pipeworks and the plumbing clear underneath the park homes for future maintenance. Some companies are using a thermal blanket type. It's on a roll, they roll it out, they stick it, cut it around. We don't use that because it is an acceptable method, to be fair, but it's not the most efficient method. We prefer to use Celotex boarding, solid boarding, and cut it around the pipework, fit it nicely. You'll see pictures of this on our website. I would also put a warning to you about blowing insulation into lofts. It's the same process. Lofts are low pitch in general. Park homes roofs are low pitch in general. You might get the odd higher pitch, but there's also issues of ventilation in the loft. There's electrical cabling in the loft. Sticking a pipe up, blowing it in all over the place it's not a good process. So there are much more effective ways of doing the work. So just be careful on that, because companies are going to be offering you what you think is a great, incentives. I would say we'll blow in under you. They're not going to get paid if the work is shoddy, because on the whole it is going to get inspected. So that's just another warning sign. So deposits, be very careful. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Hold on to your money for the moment until all your ducks are lined up. And if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So when they come along and say, because also check your contract, because if they work for you, if they do work for you, and they can't then claim the money from the government, just be careful of that coming back to you and saying you owe us the money. So, of course, the Green Homes Grant Scheme will pay out as long as everything is done to the PASS 2030 2019 B13 accreditation, and you will find there are some very good companies like ourselves that will be working to that process. Okay, just a heads up for you, and I hope it's helpful, but you don't need to worry, it's a great scheme. You just need to pick the right contractor. So best of wishes.